Welcome back. Nigeria's position among emerging economies can be strengthened given the opportunities for growth, development and new investment. Well, this optimistic note was sounded by the Renaissance Capital at its 8th annual Pan-African Investor Conference here in Lagos.
Renaissance Capital is a frontier and emerging markets investment bank holding its 8th annual Pan-Africa Investor Conference in Lagos.
Oil prices were low.
In his presentation, Charles Robertson, the company's global economist, says equity is driven by growth acceleration.
So look at what really drives equity performance, and he said it's growth acceleration, not necessarily the level of growth, but the change in the rate of growth that matters. And if you look at IMF forecast for 2017, in terms of the change of growth, it's Argentina, Morocco, Nigeria, Tunisia, Kazakhstan are the top 5 growth acceleration stories in 2017.
As the conference shows commitment to Nigeria and the region, former CBN Governor Chukwuma Soludo, in his address, pointed out that coordination is key.
Coordination, coordination, coordination. There seems to be disarray in terms of the macro management. Then there must be urgent framework for macro coordination, especially between the fiscal, monetary forex, and commercial policies.
For the chief executive officer of the company, Renaissance Capital sees encouraging developments in Nigeria's economic situation.
And there are some positive developments. So we are increasingly getting more constructive, all right? We think that the story is beginning to turn. Is it a V-shaped recovery? We're not quite sure that that's the case. But is it still a falling knife like it was 6 to 12 months ago? I think the answer is no. So we are getting very constructive, and the more we engage with our clients, both local clients, corporates, and international clients, I think this is increasingly the sentiment.
With over 20 years of operations as a leader in the emerging and frontier markets, Renaissance Capital looks forward to championing growth in Nigeria and helping global investors see the potential in the market. Olumide McCoy, Channels Television News.
Let's take a look at a bit of sports, and here's Charles Aruka.
Welcome to Sports News. The FIFA Council has ratified the decision to give Africa 9 automatic places when the World Cup expands to 48 teams in 2026. The continent currently has 5 spots at the tournament. A 10th African country will take part in a 6-nation playoff tournament to decide the last 2 spots. The expanded World Cup will feature 16 teams from Europe. In club soccer, defending champions Real Madrid held off Atletico Madrid to set up a meeting with Juventus in next month's Champions League final in Cardiff. Atletico, trailing 3-0 from the first leg, stormed into an early 2-0 lead on the night through Saúl Ñíguez's header and Antoine Griezmann's cheeky penalty. But Real grabbed a vital away goal when Isco smashed in a rebound after Toni Kroos's fierce shot was saved. Real Madrid are attempting to become the first team to win the competition twice in a row. In tennis, world number 2 Novak Djokovic has reached the Madrid Open 3rd round after winning his first match since parting company with his coaching staff on Friday. Djokovic ousted Spanish wildcard Nicolas Almagro 6-1, 4-6, 7-5 to set up a tie with Feliciano Lopez. The 29-year-old said he may appoint a new coach before the French Open, which begins on May the 28th. That's the final serve on Sports News, and back to Ijoma with the rest of the news at 10.
Somalia's new president, Mohamed Abdullahi Mohamed, is bent on kicking Islamist terror group Al-Shabaab out of his country. Speaking on the eve of a London conference on Somalia, the president told the BBC he thinks the group can be defeated within the next 2 years. President Mohamed has been in power for only 3 months, but the militants have controlled much of the country for more than a decade. Now, the White House is still baffled by the reaction to FBI Director James Comey's sack as President Trump tries to defend his action. The president believes he's done Americans a favor by sending Comey packing. In the morning, he tweeted, "Comey lost the confidence of almost everyone in Washington, Republican and Democrat alike. When things calm down, they'll be thanking me." Meanwhile, U.S. Vice President Mike Pence says Comey's firing was not due to the Russia probe. And former Brazil President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva was in court today to testify over his alleged involvement in a corruption scandal. The 71-year-old is accused of allowing corruption to flourish during his time as president. He's also accused of personally benefiting from the schemes, including receiving a beach apartment in return for helping the OAS construction company to win government contracts. More than 90 of the country's businessmen and politicians have been convicted, and more people in government are facing investigations. And the main news again. A former minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Bala Mohammed, was today remanded in Kuje prison pending his bail application before the FCT High Court. Mr. Mohammed was arraigned by the EFCC on charges including false declaration of assets and bribery. The Senate today accused officials of the Bureau of Public Procurement of corruptly enriching themselves and will be commencing investigations into the allegations. And U.S. President Donald Trump today defended the sack of FBI Director James Comey, insisting he had done Americans a favor. And that's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks a lot for staying with us. I'm Ijoma Hunyato. Good night.